Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Again, this is BM Gaming, and today we're going to talk about Seal M. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you will be updated if we upload new contents and guides about Seal M. Let's go! So, welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. So, today we're going to talk about the 7 main classes that you can play here in CLM. Now, on my first video, guys, we were able to see that there are 5 main classes available. But when I rechecked the website, I saw that they've added 2 additional classes, which is the Cook and also the Hunter. Now, we're going to talk about which class is actually suitable for farming. We're also going to talk about their strengths and weaknesses. And in order for you to be able to select which class would you like to play once the game is officially up. All right. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are the 2 classes that was added on the list. So the first one is going to be the Cook. All right. So the Cook is actually more of like a mage range type. All right. It also gives you the ability to activate your buffs. All right. It enhances the damage of the character itself. So it's pretty much like a semi-mage type of character with some of the support skills or support buff skills that will enhance the damage. Now the Cook is actually good in terms of the food that it can use. All right. It really debuffs the enemies and also it buffs himself or herself. All right. They currently have good AoE skills as well, and they have the mid-range capabilities, making them more versatile than the pure melee classes. Now, it also has some weaknesses, guys, right? You have to really activate the buffs or also the meals that you've crafted, all right, in order for you to sustain the damage. So, in terms of like AFK farming, right, it's actually good if you can always activate the buff, right? I'm not sure if it's that an option when it comes to the game wherein you can just leave your character and then leave a lot of buffs or food buffs. So it would allow you to somehow, AFK farm. But it's a pretty decent character as well to create if you're considering farming here in Seal F. Now, the other one would be the Hunter or probably an Archer, all right? Now, the strength of it, of course, is the range and accuracy. All right, but Archer mainly focus on high accuracy, long range shots, and they're actually good for spot farming. Well, archers are commonly used by a lot of players because it gives you the ability to somehow kill steal, right, or KS those mobs from other players. And if it's a thing here when it comes to loot, then I think Archer is also one of the best class because you can just AFK farm in a spot where a lot of people were there, a lot of melee characters were there, so you can take advantage of that specific spot. All right, now let's move on to the priest. All right, now in terms of these class guys, all right, it has its own spells wherein you will be able to buff your damage and also your defense. You can also heal yourself, but in terms of damage dealt per second or damage per second, it's pretty low comparing to the other mage type characters. Okay, so this is basically like more of a support role. All right, so if you're going to create this, make sure that you also have a main character who will definitely deal most of the damage. Well, you can actually create more characters as long as you have multiple devices. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna also play it on my mobile device aside from playing it on my PC, so that it would allow me to somehow level up those characters a lot more faster. Because if you have multiple classes and also multiple characters to level up, that would allow your farming to be more efficient and more faster as well. Okay, but if you're like playing it in just one mobile, then you must choose which class is very suitable for you in terms of farming. Okay, now let's go with one of the melee heavy hitters. Okay, so let's talk about the warrior class. So this one actually deals the highest raw physical damage. All right, they can one shot the mobs, or sometimes it's 2 hits or 3 hits. It's actually good for farming. All right, the higher level mobs where defense isn't enough is also something that you will notice on this class. This actually gives you more versatility, and it gives you a lot of option to do AFK farming without worrying about draining your bots as well. However, it also has the weakness, right? Now, while this class will definitely not die right away, all right, the thing is that um, when it comes to hitting multiple mobs, I think it only hits like limited mobs. So basically, the clearing time of it is much slower compared to some of the classes that we've tackled earlier, right? Especially if you are going to compare it with Mage, all right? Warrior is basically more of like a one v one combat type of character. Okay, now, I'm not really sure if that is also going to be the case on the game that is going to be released because they might update it, they might change something or tweak something. So this is just purely speculations on the skills that will be available during the official release of the game. All right. Now, the other one is going to be the knight. So the knight is actually a tank character, wherein you should be able to farm freely without worrying about your HP potions or health potions. Now, in terms of the knight, the strength of it is its defense. Right? It means that no matter how high level the mob is, your knight character will be able to sustain the damage of it. The problem with this is that it has also a weakness. In terms of the clearing time, it's a bit slower. All right, and they only kill the enemies one by one as well. So if you're competing with other players within the same map, or if it's a hot place when it comes to farming spots, then you might not be able to get a lot of resources because the other characters or players are stealing it from you. All right, so that's kind of like the cons of it. Okay, but the pros is you're really tough. You won't die right away. So that's kind of like how knight character is. Okay, now let's talk about the second class, which is the Jester. Now, the Jester, it relies on high attack speed and movement speed. So basically, more of like an assassin type character. It would allow you guys to deal damages by throwing long range daggers. So I think this is the first time that I was able to see a Jester class or an assassin class that is not melee type. So basically, this would give you, or this would really rely on the crit and the burst damage, which is not really a good thing because if you have a very low crit rate, then the maximum damage that you can deal really relies on your crit damage and crit rate. Now, if you have a low crit rate and low crit damage, then it's gonna be pretty useless. All right, so I think Jester is pretty decent in terms of PvP if you have good items. But if you're starting alone, I think the best class for you to play is going to be the Mage. Now, the Mage is actually the best character that you can use for farming because it deals a high AoE damage. It allows you to clear more mobs per second, and it will also allow you to somehow save some pots. Now, the cons on this character is that it's really, really soft. Means that once the mobs gets close to you, you might have, or your character might have died. All right, because if you have like multiple mobs and you're hitting like 3 to 4 mobs or maybe 5 mobs at the same time with a higher level than you might actually die because of that. Now, again, once the game is officially released, that's the time that we will be able to speculate which is the best class. But based on the previous data that was based on the 2022-2023 Seal M that was released, I think Mage is the best class for farmer here. Now, if you do have any questions, suggestions, or any reactions about this video, please comment down below. And we're also going to answer those questions for you. That's it, guys. And thank you so much again for waiting. If you haven't seen my first video yet, you can actually check this video as well. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I know I haven't been able to create contents about guides before, but no worries, I will create it more efficiently. And see you on the next video. This is VM Gaming again, and peace.